Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday night. Welcome to Arcade Nerds United. Hope everybody's had a fantastic week. We're going double shift as we always do. Glad that you are joining us. If you're in the live chat, let us know you are here. And let me bring in all my co-hosts. Chaotic, what's up, brother?
How you doing, brother?
Doing well, doing well. Mike, thank you for doing a guest
Yeah,
thing.
thanks for the invite.
You 2 shows, man. That's good. Good stuff.
I know. I love it.
They wanted us to keep going last night and not stop. So
Yeah, we just took a 23.5-hour break, right?
yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly. Matt, man, what's going on, brother? You
I'm
look
golden,
like
guys.
you look like you could go out on the court right now and just beat the hell out of us.
I feel like he would definitely win the one-on-one contest.
Yeah, he's an extra and White Man Can't Jump.
That's true. I was a sub for Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
And last but surely not least, the man, the myth, the legend, G.I. Joe. What's up, brother?
Just living the dream, guys.
Living
Glad
the
to be
dream.
here with you guys tonight.
I feel kind of bad. You and I didn't wear jerseys like we talked about. Mine are
No.
packed away.
You got the Valvoline hat on. That kind of counts, right?
That's true.
I guess maybe. I don't know.
I got a sports shirt on. It's the Starling City Archery Club.
There you go.
Now, are you a member of that?
Yes, I'm a annual member.
Annual member, huh?
So
Yep.
it counts then.
It does.
I taught him
Archery is
everything he knows.
You did. Wow. Heck, fire.
I work on his bow a lot. You know, I tune it and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
That was my I grew up in a gun and archery shop my dad owned, and so I was a archery technician, learned all that. So yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah, I lend my skills over at Starling City Archery Club a lot, working on their.
Do you prefer compound or a recurve?
I did mostly compound stuff. But, yeah.
Funny you should say that because my daughter, we were cleaning out one of the buildings today, and I had bought a compound bow probably 20 years ago from somebody, and it was sitting in there, and she started playing with it and already wants us to go get a target and more.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
It's
so
fun. It's fun, relaxing, just to shoot. And
she was like, "Yeah, I think only sports I'm going to do is this." So funny you should say that though.
yes, it's fun. I started getting into a little bit of recurve and stuff, like just building my own bows and stuff in my workshop, and built like a laminating oven, and was getting into that for a little while. And
Man, you're just complete full talent, aren't you, dude? There's nothing you can't do.
Yeah, if the apocalypse ever comes, I think I'm going to go to Joel's house.
Exactly.
We're going to Joel's
Yeah.
house.
Absolutely.
that was my college thesis project. Is I designed a new archery bow that didn't have limbs. It was powered off of elastomer energy. So
That's pretty cool.
made like elastomer rubber that the cables kind of weave through and different things and compressed as you pulled it back.
Uh-huh.
So
Awesome. Well, let's say what's in the chat here. We got Saying Spirits here. He agrees. No breaks. We're done with that. Richadello's here. Goofy Foot's here. Retro Lizard in the house, buddy. What's going on, buddy?
Hey,
Good
buddy.
that you're here. Small crowd tonight, but you know what? We have more fun with the small crowd sometimes, don't we?
Yep,
Absolutely.
nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
So tonight's topic is sports games.
Is this our first night on Thursday?
It is.
I think it
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
I know you promoted it in the Discord, and I put it on Super Game Room Dudes group. So hopefully, maybe we'll get some late keepers coming in. But yeah, this is the first Thursday show. So
If not, maybe people are getting tired of us. We'll just have to cut down to the one show. So
no.
spread the word, guys. Spread the word. We're
Yeah,
on Thursday nights.
We need more views, but I don't know. I love just hanging out with you guys, even if it's just a low key show. I love hanging out with you you guys.
You went to the You went to the lake house. You know,
Yeah, I went to the lake house. I wanted to make sure I was here for
or
that.
off the planet Mercury, wherever you were on last
It was-
night. And,
Sarah, right?
It was Canada.
Goofyfoot says I need to play the grand piano for. No, that's really just for looks. No, I really don't.
It's like the arcade one-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
just look at them. Right?
Saiyan Spirit says all the important people are here. You are absolutely right. Absolutely right. Everyone that's in the chat is always the important people, right? Moved back to the FF guy, huh? Oh, wow. MG, I'm glad you're here, buddy. I'm glad you're here. So tonight's topic is sports games. So how do you guys want to do this? Let's talk about the early games like the NES and the ones, and we'll go from there. You guys want to start out, pick a favorite game, and let's talk about it.
Well, let's start with NES, guys.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so
So what are the big ones? Tecmo Bowl.
Start with the best.
Tecmo Bowl, Tecmo Super Bowl, right? Where Bo Jackson was unstoppable.
He was, literally. If you were the Raiders in the Tecmo Super Bowl, nobody could stop Bo Jackson.
Mm-mm.
Which, I mean, of freak athletes, he probably up there as one of the best athletes of all time.
Correct.
Yeah, he was
absolutely.
an all-star. In two sports? Like, how rare is that?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had the poster of his. He had shoulder pads and a bat on.
Yes, I
On the
remember
wall.
seeing that
It
poster.
was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also means I'm old, so yeah.
I think
Bo
I have
knows, right?
Yeah.
I
How
have
many
that
hours
trading
did
card
you-
of his.
Oh, a trading card? Really?
Yeah,
Huh.
was that picture of?
I have Bo Jackson. Yeah, a baseball card actually.
Uh-huh.
All right. So that's probably your best football games, right? Of the NES genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never even
Easily,
knew that until
easily.
late in life about the Raiders and stuff, that they were unstoppable. Like, I just got screwed over being a Detroit fan.
Yes.
I always wanted to be the Lions.
Every team seemed
They were
unstoppable.
terrible on Tecmo Bowl too.
I think the hardest sport to figure out what the best game was is going to be baseball for NES.
For NES,
Yeah,
there's that balance between like the original ones, like just like the hockey where they had like skinny, fat guys, you know, that
Yeah.
all different,
just baseball.
or then like RBI, you know.
Yep, and
Yeah.
what was the other one I'm thinking of? But there were so many
Yeah.
baseball games.
You had Baseball Stars. You had just NES Baseball.
Yep.
You had
Bases loaded?
Yes, that's what I was
Loaded.
thinking of. Bases loaded. I think there was
Yeah.
3 or 4 of those.
yeah, and then you had RBI
Yeah,
Baseball.
RBI baseball.
Roger Clemens Baseball.
I
Now,
know there's a bunch
does
more.
Base Wars count?
I don't see why not.
It's baseball.
Robots,
right?
why not? Yeah,
baseball.
the
You
2020
can't get any
baseball
better
game
than that, right?
too.
We're going back to the Commodore 64 here, guys. I mean,
Yeah. I had a baseball game on the Atari.
Yeah, Hardball
yeah.
was one of them too.
Yeah, same, Matt.
Yeah, Hardball was one of them too. Did any of y'all ever play Little League Baseball?
Never played it.
mm-mm.
It was actually really good. A
Was
lot of
it?
fun. Yeah,
Really?
the players had fat heads. You know, it was really
I think that's
cartoony.
one that- I don't think I own that game. I might
Yeah.
have to look that
Need to
one up.
write that down.
Yeah,
Yep.
Little League Baseball.
And it was
fun.
for Nest, you said?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
As a kid, I
Um,
played Little League baseball.
Now, Baseball Stars.
Yeah.
Baseball Stars 1 was my favorite NES game, NES baseball game, because you could rename players, you could change their attributes to be better. You could fire players, hire players. It was
Yeah, which
it
is
was like
pretty
it was
in depth for a
sport. It was-
Nintendo
yeah,
game.
Yeah, it was
This
a
was an
sport-
NES
yeah,
game.
Yeah, it was an NES
Oh.
game.
That is pretty in depth.
Yeah, it was really, really, really fun. My brother would show me that when I was a kid. I was way over my head, but he knew what he was doing, and it really was a great baseball game. Yeah, Tommy Lasorda, I think, had a baseball
did.
game too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
roughly
I struggled with the baseball games. I don't know. They were just it was difficult to get into them for me because it just wasn't.
Well,
Well,
there were so many of them, and
So
they
many.
ranged in, like, some of them were really good, and others were just awful,
Dark.
awful.
Yes.
And if you didn't have a good one, I could see how you might leave a sour taste in your mouth.
All right. So what about
Well-
basketball? My favorite's easy, but
Jordan versus Bird.
actually no, it's not
I'm going to say double dribble.
dribble.
Double dribble.
Yeah.
That's probably the best one. Hoops is
break.
another one, which I don't think Hoops was very good.
No, but double dribble is like the epitome of perfection. Like it just the intro that yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So clean.
I think
Yeah,
there's also a glitch in that
Right.
game. Was that a Tecmo? That wasn't Tecmo. No, double dribble was Konami.
No, that's Konami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's also some sort of a glitch you can exploit. If you went into the top corner of the screen at a very specific spot and shot a three, I think you would never miss. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but the NES was known for their crazy glitches, though.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't remember that many basketball.
There's
games.
a Magic Johnson game, which I think
Yeah.
is pretty
Fast break,
bad.
Magic Johnson, fast
Yeah.
break. That
Yep.
was not very good.
No, I don't know if Jordan versus Bird was even very good.
The slam
No.
dunk contest, I think. In it was,
Jason would disagree.
best
Jason
part.
said it was good.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I may have to
I
go
don't have
back.
much experience with that one.
There's a slam dunk contest in it, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that was fun to do.
Rigidello says that he played Jordan Bird on the Commodore 64.
Commodore.
So apparently, there was a lot of ports on the Commodore 64. I never played. I don't think I've ever played the Commodore 64. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah.
I don't think I know
Rival.
anybody that had it.
Arch Rivals on NES and that was
Oh,
an
yeah.
arcade as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it as a hand-me-down when I was a kid. So
Commodore 64.
yeah, it
Really?
was different and unique. And
Yeah, I always wanted to get one. Just
It was like
To
the
see how-
OG
I hate that mine kind of disappeared throughout the years. I'm sure it got donated or something like that, and I'm kicking myself because the most recent one that I saw was like almost $400 for it.
Dang.
So,
ooh.
and I had nostalgia for it, but I don't really want to pay $400 for a Commodore 64. So
No.
They did release one. I guess I don't know
Yeah,
if it's the same company
miniature
that does.
console.
I don't know if it's the same company that does like the
I think
NES
they got the
minis.
licensing, but yeah, I think it's a company.
It came
separate.
preloaded with I don't know X amount of games or so. I almost bought
50,
it.
I think. Yeah,
Yeah, it was just
I
the keyboard.
got the mini, and then I've got the.
Oh, you did get it.
I had the mini, and I wanted the original size one.
Yeah,
Came
me
out
too.
with one. So
It was like
but-
$120, and I just like,
Yeah, I kept watching it, hoping
Yeah,
it would
so
go
did
down.
I.
So
me too. Maybe one day.
yeah, MG says, "Is it not in the ottoman behind me?" Yeah, I'm sure it's back there somewhere.
And that was a pencil on the mantle. MG,
No, he
not,
sold
not
it.
a
That's
pen.
how he got that house.
Yeah, original with all the
Sold your
games,
car.
right? Yeah. So back on topic. Let's see, we were at Nest. Any other 8-bit that you guys want to talk about?
Well, we just got started. We covered basketball and baseball, right?
Yeah.
And football.
Football.
Yeah,
We got to definitely do hockey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
We
got the
got
hockey.
into hockey. That's my
You got
this was
the big
my
ones.
intro to hockey and,
Yeah. Yep.
and sports. games.
That one and Blades of Steel, obviously, are the two big ones.
Me and my cousins, we were big
Yeah, that's a beautiful
hockey
copy.
fans, and we would play this. This was almost like an all-nighter type game that we would play.
That game, holds up really well.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you could change the bodies of the guys, you could have the bit
Mhm.
that
And they all had
Right.
different skill levels, different skill sets.
and you could kind of check into the boards and stuff, and that was like we got a kick out of that, trying to like ram each
And
other.
wasn't Mario the referee?
He was.
Yeah, he was, I think. Yeah,
So that's a classic.
yeah.
That Blades of Steel. There's a Wayne Gretzky hockey game for the NES. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think I ever played it though.
Nah, it's not good.
Uh-huh.
And there's another one that I've been chasing. This is one of the ones I really want. It's called Pro Sport Hockey. It's lousy. It's very, very not a good game at all, but it's rare.
Oh, okay.
And it's around the $150 to $200 range.
Just loose?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. And I want it just to complete my hockey collection on the NES. And
Uh-huh.
just looking for it at the right price. I mean, $200 for an NES game is pretty steep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Let's
And
see.
you wonder if somebody like has a copy of it and don't really know what they
Of
Oh,
course.
I bet you. Yep.
It's a sports game and they're thinking, it's only going to
Yep.
be a couple bucks, but
Mhm.
it actually is a really valuable copy.
Find it at a flea market or something like that, or
Mhm. Or
I would
garage
almost
sale.
feel guilty. But
And there was 2 golf games, right?
there might have been more.
There might have been
than
more, but there's
that.
only 2 I remember. I remember the NES golf,
just
Just
golf.
golf.
and then just golf.
But there was like Jack Nicklaus, I think, had a licensed golf game. I never really got into too much of the golf. This is Dino Hockey,
Dino
Oh,
Hockey.
the prototype. Yeah. Look at this. I never even heard of this.
No, not until Joel.
So how much was this copy, Joel? Do you remember?
It wasn't too bad. I think it was like $30 or something like that. It wasn't anything too crazy for.
I wonder if it's a complete game. What you bought there?
It's as complete as it gets.
Because I've played some prototypes on my emulator that are actual full games. They just never were released, but they still call it a prototype.
Pretty close. If I recall from what I read, it was close to finished.
Huh.
But yeah, this
Looks
is
like it might be fun.
It does look like it'd be fun to play.
Yeah, I mean it looks a lot better than the $200 Pro Sport Hockey.
might need to add that to the collection as
Yeah,
well.
I think I might actually.
That's pretty dope.
It is pretty dope.
I mean, it was an NES game too. And what did we say earlier? It was made by Sunsoft.
It was developed for Sunsoft, and they I guess they just never came out with it. They were going to release it at a show, and it just never happened.
Yeah, I mean graphically it looks pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt. So we were talking. We were talking about golf games.
This is the cart here too.
Oh yeah, Dino Hockey. Get your copy and make sure to send Joel the
use my promo code PDubs August.
All right, so now
golf
games. I don't know. Like, there's the epitome of like track and field where you would use your pencil, like
Yeah.
And then they also had the pad. We wouldn't even.
Yeah, the power pad. I did want to bring that up.
Yeah.
That's. I never really played it either, but
I still have my original power pad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Get on the ground and hit it like this. Like we
yeah,
never.
yeah, everybody. That's what you always did, right?
Yeah.
It was so much easier. But yeah, I don't know. I never really played too much of the power pad. Didn't know anybody that had it. But when I did, that's exactly what we did. Put it on the ground.
Yeah.
I remember we had it for track and field, and my parents hated it.
Really?
Because me and my brother were so loud with it.
Huh.
Just all the pad on the ground, right? So just all the stomping that we did, like my parents could not stand it. Like, please play something else.
Huh.
There were four boys
big,
in our house. It was always loud.
It always sounded like somebody was using a power pad.
Golf fan.
Well, the only time we ever wanted to play it was like right before bed, and my parents were already in.
Of course.
So they're like, Mom's like, I can't hear Jeopardy. Tell them please play something else.
Yeah. Nothing worse than getting your heart rate up right before you go to bed.
Right.
$32 for Dino Hockey. Make sure everybody orders that. Mention
Seems worth
Joel in the comments.
So it was given a fleeting mention in GamePro magazine. This is the Alpha 1990 version of the game.
I'm darn.
Yeah, check out if you got I like oddball, like just
I see new Ghostbusters 2 up there.
Bootlegs, that type of stuff. Modern stuff, that people are currently still releasing, and so definitely check out this if you guys are interested in stuff like that too. OCD Reproductions, they got some pretty neat stuff. They got probably at least 100 NES games that are on here. Just
Interesting.
various versions of ROM hacks and
Prototypes and
Prototypes
homebrews and stuff.
unfinished stuff. And
Interesting.
if you ever wanted to play Mega Man with in Mario Brothers, in Super
I think
Mario
I do have that game. I have that on cartridge. I saw it. Yeah, I think it's called Mega Man and Mushroom Kingdom. It's not as fun as I thought it was going to be, though. It's kind of sloppy.
But yeah, nice guy too. I reached out to him and talked to him directly because I got a couple copies where I asked him, do you make these up like on call? Like, is there a possibility that I could get it made and you just ship the label, not stuck on it? Because I want to recase it. That was for that Ghostbusters one. And he was like, oh yeah, sure. So he left the label off of it for me and sent it along, and I'll cardboard it up and stuff so it didn't get wrecked during shipping and stuff. The label, and it was nice and protected. And I just recased it in that glow in the dark case and put my label on it, and it's good to go. But you can get stuff in different colored shells too if you want to. That was what some of his rad shells things are.
It's cool.
Well, before we leave NES, the greatest sports game of all time on NES. Come on, man, it's Punch Out.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out, yes.
Do we really I mean, we can have the debate about what's sports and what's not, but
I mean, it's got a crowd spectacle. There's a crowd involved.
It does.
And there was also the follow-up to it too. Punch Out.
Power Punch.
Power Punch too.
Where he starts fighting across the galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
God, I hate that.
Yeah, I think I would agree. If we consider that a sports title, which it's boxing, so I guess it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be critical or anything, but we really because there's so many things right now that are considered sports that we don't really consider sports. So what do we consider sports? Spectator sport then, where you have to have a stand or you have to have somebody
performing some sort of physical activity.
Okay.
Yeah, and this was the discussion we were having backstage. Was
correct.
Yeah, like really any game, any video game is a sport now. We have esports, or Tetris is a sport.
Yeah,
it's an esport.
You ain't wrong.
So what we were trying to define for this discussion was like, what do we consider sports in the gaming world? As a category, and I threw out there that it's one of the games that you normally find in the dollar bin because nobody wants to pick them up.
Yeah. I mean, and Matt, you made a good example with Excite Bike.
Correct, yeah.
Because motocross is definitely
it's a sport, yeah.
Right, for sure. But do you consider Excite Bike a sports game? And I don't know if I ever really did.
No,
I didn't either. I
considered it an action game.
Yeah, an action game, and it's a great game in it. Right.
Good point.
Yeah. Has anybody ever beat Tyson?
I have.
You have? I have. I never could.
Nope.
I couldn't.
Apparently, my dad did.
Yeah, because he wrote down the code.
Yeah. I've never beat him.
All right. So, what system's next? We're spending way too much time on.
Do we 16-bit?
Genesis, right?
Genesis / Super Nintendo. I mean,
Genesis
so we're jumping to the 16. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah. There you go.
So what sport was first?
This is my contribution right here. This was my original game as a kid of hockey.
I guess we'll go hockey.
We'll go hockey first.
We'll do hockey, man.
That was always my most memorable sports game. The Super Nintendo had that version also, but the Genesis sports games were always better.
Yeah, it paled in comparison.
They really did. I mean, I'll give Super Nintendo credit with Legend of Zelda and all the great games it had, but when it came to sports games, yeah, Genesis. Nobody tell Dan that I said this. I'm not admitting this.
Do you want me to mute it now, or
yeah, just cut this part out later.
Somebody clip it.
Yeah.
Genesis absolutely was the better. Yeah, and
100%.
We're speaking of Genesis. Yep, Mario Lemieux. I'm wearing the jersey. Yep, had his own hockey game. So take that, Wayne Gretzky. Except it's not nearly as good as
Retro Lizard, I
later
had
Gretzky
three too.
games.
Mutant League Hockey. I wish I knew that existed as a child, but I didn't realize that was even a thing until just a couple years ago. Even
Yeah, I thankfully knew as a child. I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Really? Yeah.
I almost preferred it more than Mutant League football, only because I was a real hockey fan. I used to play hockey, so it was a fun experience for me.
Mutant League Hockey. That's
Mutant
crazy.
League hockey,
Yeah,
man.
you know, whenever you go to the game store and you try to, peruse that section, it's like you always find something new. And they're always such a good price that sometimes you just end up walking away with a few.
Uh-huh.
But getting time to actually sit down and play them is getting harder and harder to do. But
Sure.
I mean, someone's throwing out some really good titles here that I think would do really well.
For me, like football wise, it was Madden. Like the Madden on Sega's. It was wonderful. It was like it came at the appropriate time when I played that given sport, and so it was like doing homework. Like when you're a child, you struggle with certain offenses and defense of where you're supposed to be and why based on your given play. And so in Madden, like it was almost like homework for me, and I loved it.
Yeah, I agree with that, Matt. I learned a lot about how to play football when I was younger by playing those games.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like learning formations and what player responsibilities were and things like that. And yeah, it really does help. But the Madden games were great back then. I mean, they were still good up until, I don't know, up until recent. I don't really get into them anymore, but those were some classic games.
My brother got me into Joe Montana football. That's how he got me into football, period. It was teaching me how to play that game. At first, I was all about passing. I didn't understand the run game. I was like, why would I want to run when I could just throw it 30 yards down the field every time? But he taught me the running game. You could run, all from end to end in that game very easily if you knew what you were doing.
Especially if you had Bo Jackson, right?
Or Emmitt Smith, Jerry Rice, just all that stuff. Like San Francisco was the best team because of Joe Montana.
Oh yeah, right. Montana and Rice.
Montana Rice,
yeah.
No, I never played the Joe Montana football.
I enjoyed the first one, but the second one with the Sports Talk football, that one was horrible.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
To me, I think the most exciting thing in sports games was the year. What did we decide it was last night when we were looking it up? 98 was the year that they introduced you being able to make your own player.
Yeah.
Well, NHL 96, that's when they started. They started where you could create a player, but it didn't start getting into it in depth until
like actually being able to customize them and like that kind of stuff.
Like you could add a visor or have no protection whatsoever. You could do your stick tape or different types of stick, different types of socks, not socks,
player sizes and things like that.
And what was awesome is like I didn't have to beg my parents the next year for the next newest like NHL game because I could trade and move the players around, but any new players too, I could create them and put them on the teams and stuff too. So it was like I didn't have to like wait for the newest release to have the updated rosters and stuff. I could make my own roster.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. We went to hockey, we went to football, baseball.
So baseball on 16-bit.
Yes.
I mean,
come on.
My favorite is probably Ken Griffey's baseball. Like it was so peaceful.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good one.
So
I had the poster. He was my favorite baseball player for a long time, and I had the poster from Nintendo Power ripped out on my wall.
Yeah, his silhouettes, still, even based on his kicks, right? We don't want to get in a shoe conversation because I'm a shoe nerd, but like Ken Griffey's silhouette was still. It's still. You show anybody under the age of like 50, they know what that silhouette is just based on him like doing that. The game was wonderful.
Yeah, the first one before Slugfest, I didn't like it when Rare took over and developed the second one. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. First one had that cartoony feel.
Yeah,
but you could rename players. but the only person you could not rename, and the only person that had a real name in it was Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, right.
And he had that signature batting style and batting stance that was in it. Home Run Derby was so much fun in that game. Just graphically, that game was just amazing to me, and it still holds up today.
It does.
But to me, I mean, that was the most memorable.
Jason's right. He's right. I would never do that now with any of my Nintendo powers.
Don't you wish you had bought two or got two shipped to you? One to keep mint, the other one to just
Who knew back then, right?
We didn't know.
I used to write in the pages and
now, now I'm kicking myself that I probably threw away half of them, and I regret it every day, that you missed that.
PD7's right. NBA Live 95. That was fun.
What's this real football using your feet that MG's talking about?
I think he's talking about like how you run down the field holding the ball. You use your feet to run.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You also kick field goals.
Yeah, football. The ball that you hold in your hands and throw. Football, right? That's what he's talking about.
Oh boy, that great debate, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
I guess we did skip the soccer, but I didn't play too many soccer games.
I mean, how many of us are soccer fans?
I enjoyed World Cup 94.
Okay.
It was either 93 or 94.
Or how about Mega Man Soccer?
Mega Man Soccer. To me, that was fun.
That is a thing, yeah.
There's Mario
American
Soccer,
handball.
Yeah. American handball.
Rugby 96. That was the thing over here in the U.S. Yep. I played it on Sega and Super Nintendo. It was fun.
I didn't know there was games.
There was another Sega football game called Pigskin. It was very similar to Mutant League Football, where you could, kill people and stuff. But to me, it was like the prototype Blitz, where after the play, you could slam players. Yeah, you could slam players down, like beat them with clubs. It was very archaic. But I remember it being so much fun because there was pits, like there was tar pits, there was lava pits, everything on the field.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, somebody's got to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. It had an epic cover.
Hopefully we didn't offend MG.
Yeah, come back, MG. We love you.
Yeah, I mean, soccer's cool. It's cool. We like it. Come on.
Soccer.
You can egg me all day long.
The British football.
Yeah.
What's popular right now because Messi went to Florida, right? And he's destroying it. So.
Who?
Messi? Greatest.
Oh, yeah, Messi.
Soccer player of all time.
Greatest soccer player of all time.
Soccer. We're still talking about soccer.
Yeah.
He plays for Miami now.
Yeah, he plays for he went to MLS and he's scored every single game he's played so far. He's just crushing people.
The MLS is like second tier soccer compared to the Premier League.
Yeah, I mean,
but the money though, obviously they went for the money. David Beckham did it years ago.
Yeah,
we have state-based soccer teams. I know there's like the U.S. team, that.
The national.
I know we had state-based, like.
Sure, there's that Major League Soccer.
Major League Soccer. I was actually going. I wanted to get tickets to when Messi was going to play Atlanta United.
Yes, sir.
But the tickets went from like $20 a piece up to like 180 because they signed Messi.
Just for that game only.
Just for that game only.
Empty stadium.
All because they signed him, and I was going to get nosebleed seats for like $20. Not anymore. I can't afford it. That's crazy.
Wow.
So that Sega Genesis game I was talking about it's Jerry Glanville's Pigskin Football for the Sega Genesis.
Okay.
Jerry Glanville. Why does that name sound familiar?
I think he was a coach. But on Amazon it's going for $65.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's crazy. I'm sorry. We're all over the place, guys. We don't really have a set schedule here of what we're doing.
So if somebody likes a game or thinks of something in the chat, bring it up.
Yeah, we got
no
you.
doubt.
Yeah.
So, do we want to keep going like up to the chain, or do we want to go to arcades?
Let's go the next gen after 16.
Okay.
So we're looking at what, PlayStation and
PlayStation.
N64 and all that.
And what,
Yeah,
Dreamcast-
yeah.
You want to count Dreamcast in that as well?
Yeah, I got to.
Fair
Got to.
enough. Yeah.
I have fond memories of Dreamcast.
Yes, sir. It's my favorite console of all time.
Who doesn't like Dreamcast? Honestly, even if you're a diehard Nintendo fan, you still have to praise the Dreamcast, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't.
It was before its time.
Mhm.
Think about it, man.
And it had
Yeah, it probably was.
and it had one major flaw, and I had a CD burner as a child, so I loved it. So yeah, it was dope. So yeah, you could rent a game or get that, or just find it in some given way and burn it to a program based on CDI. And so you could, like, I had this folder just full of CDs. It was just Dreamcast games. They were alphabetic, like
Yeah,
hundreds.
there was
of
no
them.
security. Just run it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It could
I
run.
don't think
burn
I knew
games.
that back in the day, or else I probably would have made a point to get one
Yes.
Yeah.
for that reason.
But that was the birth of the 2K series, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, which got big for a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mainly,
it
NBA 2K was gorgeous.
it made EA Sports piss their pants.
Yeah,
True.
because there was a debate, like, are you getting 2K football or are you getting Madden?
Yeah.
I think I even have a couple of the 2K hockey games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were fantastic too.
They were really good. So yeah, it's a shame they don't make games anymore.
They don't make
That's-
any hockey games for Switch anymore.
No, Yep.
We need to start a movement.
What?
no, they don't make hockey games, and they for a while they weren't making baseball games. Only PlayStation had baseball games. Remember?
Yeah.
The show was all there was, but thankfully, they allowed that contract to expire, and it's gone through all platforms.
Even I think they only made like one or two hockey games for it, and then they stopped. That was kind of the end where they just kind of broke away. And
Well, that's when the EA
Madden,
Sport.
I think we had some Maddens, and I think there was some basketball, like 2K basketball and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think those were the only two sports that Nintendo continued to be releasing up until even today on the Switch. I don't know what are they doing much on the Switch as far as sports go? Besides, there's probably a ton of soccer. There's Mario soccer, I know, and
And there's the Mario Tennis, the Mario Golf.
Yeah, I was fixing to say golf. I think they do a lot with the Switch
Yeah.
for
The
whatever
golf one's
reason.
fun because you play, like, you hit it and you run. You hit it.
Yeah.
they made a mini game of hockey too, I guess, for at the Olympics. So you could be, Bowser and Mario and Luigi skating around and play a small game of hockey on there. I don't
Yeah,
know why they only did one though for the Winter Olympics. I don't think they ever did another hockey.
you got Super Blood Hockey, like Garage Gamer says.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and I have that for it too.
Yeah,
God, that is a good one.
Yep,
yeah.
I had a lot of fun playing that.
There's also
Well,
that gray area.
That would be an awesome arcade, like
It would.
for
That's
Super
not a
Blood
bad
Hockey.
idea.
with like combined with Mutant League
Oh, I
football.
got you.
Yeah.
It was like the class of '81, right? It was just right in the middle.
Yeah.
There's also a blurry line, mainly when you get like the PlayStation era or the Dreamcast. You have like Tony Hawk came and blew up,
That's true. That's a
and
good
then also
point.
like Dave Mirra, and like the Tony Hawk
Yep.
franchises made millions, probably if not
Mhm.
billions.
Yeah, and right.
Skating is a sport.
That was the birth of extreme sports, that era, PlayStation, and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, we used to play Tony Hawk all the time. I think I have a bunch
Okay.
of them for Nintendo 64. A couple of them, anyways.
Remember SSX?
Mhm.
What-
And then SSX Tricky. Yeah.
Yes. Oh. So those were good times as well.
Yeah.
I wasn't even a skateboarder, and those games were fun.
Yeah. Technically, when we were young, we were inliners. So
Yeah, right.
yeah, my dad said I judged my college based on the concrete and steps, which is there's some truth to that.
There. Yeah.
That's how you decided where you were going.
Yeah.
Yep.
People just
Not
like
enough
randomly knock
steps,
on our
not
doors,
enough
like, we're going to
concrete.
Stillwater. Let's go skate. We would just skate in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, it was it was random.
No.
No, it ties in really well. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we still got like another 20 minutes to fill. So.
Oh, okay. It's like tangent away. Yeah. All right, sweet.
Well, yeah, there was Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey, which I don't know. We kind of
Nintendo
touched base on that.
64. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's still to this day maybe my favorite hockey game. It's one of those ones you could just play all the time. Me, my buddy, my brother would come over. They would come over here almost every weekend, and we would play 3 players on that. I think you could have up to 4.
I still play that on my emulation handheld.
Oh yeah, we would play 3 player. Yeah, because I think you do teams of 3, so we'd all be on the same team.
Yeah,
and
just
I still
go around and goon it up.
I still play 2-on-2 open ice on my handheld too.
Yeah, which is probably one of my other either that or Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey or that.
Yeah,
Probably
Wayne
my
Gretzky's
favorite hockey games.
Yeah,
They need to make that on an arcade 1-up cabinet. I'm sorry. Do open ice, please.
just do a hockey cab, right?
Oh, yeah,
Please.
I mean,
right.
they need to give us more. They need to give us more. How
I'm
many
thinking
of us-
I either really feel bad for the chat because somehow we got this weird anomaly of this ratio of like pretty much all of us enjoy hockey games as far as it's kind of one of our main sports games that we enjoy playing on video games, because apparently if you go by the statistics of the arcade cabs that are being released and stuff like that, like hockey isn't even on anybody's radar. They're nobody wants to play hockey. Let's give them
hockey?
5 more golf games and 6 more soccer
Yeah,
games.
apparently they
Everybody
think we all
loves those.
love golf.
Yeah,
So either the chat is just like completely bored out of their minds listening to the only 5 guys, in the world that really like hockey games, or I don't know, something's not lining up here.
Why can't we get just a sports legacy, or think about it. I mean, honestly, what if we just got a cab that's just a sports themed cab that has a lot of great titles on it, that the controls are similar, or a little variation there, but
Yeah,
I mean,
there'd be
give
so
us
many good
14
games to put on it. Yep.
And
so
then-
many.
Look, yeah.
I mean, give us something that you talk about needing things for the bar, or I think a sports game would round that out. You'd have the golf, you'd have the buck hunter, and then you'd have a sports cab of some sort that covered all those bases: hockey, baseball. Some of the ones we're just not getting because Blitz and NBA Jam already.
Yeah, you say that they haven't made a baseball cab either, right?
No, and I mean I know there's not. I mean, can you think of a good baseball title right off the bat?
Baseball Stars 2 from SNK.
Okay, there you go. So, it's feasible to have an arcade cabinet that would sell to, multiple people. You would just have to have it in a genre that would work for everybody.
I'm thinking a sports title cab would sell better than a casino cave. Just putting that out there.
I would think so, especially if they're going for bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think the struggle is finding enough the titles made by the
you would have licensing problems possibly.
Yeah,
and especially if you're getting into games that are affiliated with pro sports leagues and there's all that stuff. But I mean, if they were able to do it with the NFL, I mean, they call that the no fun league,
Yeah.
I've always said just make a Midway Sports, cabinet. Make it red with the Midway Sports logo and white. I don't even care if it has any of the other like pro league logos on it or anything. Make it red and white with just Midway Sports. Because NBA Jam, Blitz, and 2-on-2 Open Ice have the three button configuration with the 49-way joystick.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. I mean, it's not. I don't understand why.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah. Mad Astra, I'd have to argue with that because
we
I'm
were
not from the South, but
True.
all those
They've been winning.
They're the ones that are winning the Stanley Cups and stuff lately, is the Southern teams. So they're doing something right.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. Jason's
Yeah,
here in North Carolina with me, man. You know,
That's very
It's-
true. Yeah, the
right
leagues.
now, like sitting next to a hockey rink right now, when it's 100 degrees outside, it sounds like heaven, right?
Just go lay on the ice.
Yeah, exactly.
why are you wearing a sweater, dude? I'm going into the arena.
I mean, I think the three big leagues would never allow that to happen as a cabinet.
It would probably be tough to pull off.
But if Arcade went up and Midway could work something out, man, I think that would be like the perfect cabinet.
Yeah, I'd buy it.
I mean-
without a doubt.
I mean, we have NBA Jam, we have Blitz. We need something else. We need something else.
Do
I
it.
mean,
How about Shack Jam?
no.
All right, something else besides that.
I mean,
Scottie Pippen Jam.
NBA Deluxe or XL. No, not that
Yeah,
either.
Deluxe. XL.
I mean,
Pro,
give
Pro.
us another sport.
Oh,
Yeah.
NBA Jam Pro.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That's you want a sports title. All right, guys.
Yeah.
We're just gonna reskin this 10 times. You know, slap a new name on it.
Have we done a collector cade in NBA Jam yet? Give them a collector cade.
He's on a roll. All right, so what about like arcade-based sport games? Like the easy
Dig
button,
into
like-
the vault.
right?
Capcom Sports Club. That's a good one.
Yeah. So you got Blitz.
I think it's a
Yeah, the big ones. Yeah, Blitz, Golden Tee,
NBA Jam.
NBA. Those were the ones that were everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
the
right?
one
Yeah.
that kind of stints in my mind, and I don't think it's a very popular, was Extra Inning, if I remember right.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys ever played that. It's an older
No.
title.
Was that a game with a trackball?
Yes, I think so. I think it had a trackball and no, maybe it had a joystick and just a button.
I can't remember. I felt like maybe it did, but I could be wrong. But Blades of Steel had a trackball, right, Joel? We discussed that not too long ago.
Yeah.
You pulled up that picture, and
Yeah. We were trying to figure out how the controls even worked. And
yeah,
I think I came to the conclusion that it allowed for right or left-handed players.
right. Because
And I
it
could
was an
think
odd
of-
control deck.
Yeah. Because of the way that the buttons were laid out, like there was like double the amount of buttons than
Right.
trackballs or
Yeah.
something, I think. And I think it was so that you could trackball with this hand and have buttons, or trackball with this hand and have buttons.
Yeah, it reminded me of the Nintendo 64 controller that we were talking.
Yeah,
It looked like you needed a third hand to come in.
Exactly.
What is this other trackball for? But yeah, I guess those are probably the big ones in the arcades, huh? Unless there's some obscure ones out there.
What?
Yeah.
You got
Nothing that I can't really think
track-
of yet.
track and field. And,
Yeah, I guess that would count, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And our
Just like
Rivals
the-
again. I mean,
Yeah.
that was NES, but it also was
Yeah, I guess all the big ones
Okay,
got
too.
ported to the consoles, huh?
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
most of them.
Thor KC's his comment, right? Wii Sports is a blast, right? You could play baseball, golf,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, there's
is it
there's
cheesy?
so many.
Yeah. But it was amazing.
I mean,
They
I
had
like
bowling.
Mhm.
yeah. The Capcom Sports Club. I mean, could you not break that into a multi-type cade in some way? I mean, I'm just thinking outside the box here. There's got to be a way to put a nice sports cab together that would encompass a lot of games and give somebody those abilities to play some of these games.
Yeah.
With not necessarily going with one developer or one developer that covers the whole spectrum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Didn't the
Like a-
Flintstones NES game, Mike, have a basketball game?
Like a mini game in it. So yeah, technically that's a sports game, right?
Which
Yeah.
is true. And then there was that Tiny
Prehistoric
Toons one,
sports.
right? They had like a Tiny Toon sports
Yeah,
game.
that was
It
I remember that.
was a good game.
on the
Yeah, it
Super
was.
Nintendo, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yep, we had that as a kid. Yeah, there was like a football stage or something.
All right,
Mhm.
you heard him, Joe. You got to put it on the Paw Patrol cab now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. That would just be a fun release of I know they could never do that, but just sports games of just the oddball
Yeah.
stuff like that of Flintstones and Looney Tunes. You know, throw that mini game of from the Wii of all the Mario and everybody.
There's a really obscure NES game. It's called, I think, Caveman Games.
Caveman games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the events was the spouse toss.
Ah,
You grabbed your spouse and you just see who could throw her the farthest. My buddy found there, like, is this real? Like,
and who in real life would want to do that right now?
No.
Mike got real quiet.
Oh, it's all good. You know,
Well, especially
technically
when yours is in a room with you.
Oh,
watch what you say. Yep.
Exactly.
yeah. Technically, the iArcade would have been the perfect platform for like more, wonky sports games. They had like a golf game, and then they tried mutant football, but then that fell through, right?
Yeah.
They
So was
can't-
that game never released on the iArcade? It never made it to it.
Never made it.
That's a shame.
They
Yeah.
skinned a couple of them. It
Yeah.
was like one of their big titles that they were trying
Yeah.
to release and stuff. They were taking pre-orders for it. And they allowed, they let anybody that had pre-ordered the cab, they were willing to skin the cab for them and send it to them, even though
Mhm.
I don't know if the
You wouldn't
license
have the game. Yeah.
It's hard to tell with iArcade what was true and false
True or not.
now
Yes,
that
yeah.
you're getting into the details and seeing things come into light. But what was told was it was an issue like on the Android end,
compatibility. Yeah.
some compatibility issues. But now there's some rumors that it was licensing kind of fell through or something too, is what I've heard recently.
Yeah.
So I have to pose a question. Do you think that would have saved Cab? That would have saved the company? That would have, if they had gotten that through and had released that out for everybody to get, do you think that iArcade would be here today?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Definitely would have been an improvement, but I don't know. Just from the things,
Yeah,
I've
it
seen,
would have
I
sold
think-
some units.
Yeah.
But maybe
Sold
there's
some
more.
units, sold some software, because
Mhm.
obviously people like me and Chaotic would have bought that game. That would have been one of the first games we would have bought.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just
I don't think
I'm not-
so. It probably would have prolonged it a little bit longer so that we would have saw the infamous immediate death of the iArcade when they launched the mobile app platform. Because I still don't understand how that was going to save the company.
No.
Because like we already have those. We have AntStream and we have all
Yeah.
that stuff available. We don't.
I
don't
mean,
need
it
to bring
definitely
my
was a
arcade
bad
with me.
direction there, but
I just want a better iArcade.
Oh, that's a good
No
topic. Did any of y'all do AntStream?
No, I haven't
Mhm.
either.
Not yet. I guess I'll be the first one to do it.
cool.
I've looked at it from time to time, but it's just I haven't seen still don't really see quite the benefit in it when I have, the RetroPie and, like my Ambernick with all my ROMs on it too. And
I mean, the thing that really attracts me to it is, number one, it's on Xbox now. Number two, it's got challenges and it's got weekly and daily tournaments with everybody that's on the platform.
yeah,
And if let's say you get number one on the leaderboard, it will let you know as soon as possible that somebody has knocked you off. And there's a point system. I'm not sure what all the points get you or whatever. Like there's like an award system or whatever. But I guess it's to get into better and bigger tournaments.
Mhm.
But I mean, it's a cool system that's got me like really, really, really wanting to try it. So I mean, I guess I can let y'all know how it is. But apparently, it works flawlessly as a cloud system of being able to just jump into a game and there be no input lag whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing a video with number 2 and number 3 coming Chaotic. I'm just saying.
Yeah, why not?
Now, what about this? Is like honorable mention because like most of us as a child are like wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the E versus an A, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you have like favorite wrestling games that we consider a sport as a child?
The N64 had great ones.
It did.
Yeah.
WWF No Mercy.
I
was a
don't
great-
remember
great
much
one.
from like the NES.
Yeah, they
They-
weren't very. They weren't.
They weren't very
No.
good, and graphically they weren't great.
No.
I mean, the most memorable one from the NES is pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Correct.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Carlo
Yeah.
keeps begging me to, if he's still here, I owe him a pro wrestling review, and it is going to happen soon.
I would love to see that myself.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going to
no
get
doubt.
into it. I recorded some stuff on it, and I think we're going to get into it a little deeper this weekend. So maybe next week.
That'd be
Awesome.
cool.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's probably the best wrestling game on the NES.
But out of all the years, yeah, Nintendo 64 had it down.
Because that was like the peak of wrestling.
Yeah,
know?
that was the peak.
Even like WCW NWO Revenge was fantastic. That's the reason I bought the Nintendo 64 for that game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it was made by the same developers as
Yeah,
the
it was,
WWF
right.
ones
Mhm.
or WWE ones. So
Yep, and they nailed it.
yeah.
They're still fun to play now. They really are.
Yeah. I mean, one of my other favorite wrestling games is on PlayStation 2, and it was SmackDown.
SmackDown.
SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain.
Ah.
Just cinematically and graphically, it was beautiful, and it's still fun to play today too.
I was just thinking of that. 'Cause I did have Warzone.
Warzone, and the
where you could
Attitude.
create your own wrestler and create yourself and stuff.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
No
system was
Mercy
that
had
on?
the same thing. You give yourself like theme music and customize your moves and all that. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. So many good memories of those. Absolutely.
Yeah, Thor's
I don't
not joking, man. That N64 controller was rough. That thumbstick.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh,
Well, guys, anything else you want to say about sports games?
did
No.
anybody ever play NASCAR '98?
I think I did. Why?
Did you ever play with the paintball mode?
I don't think I did. No.
All right, so there was a secret code where if you go into a race, you put in a secret code, you could actually shoot paintballs with your car
Hmm?
and like totally just destroy other cars on the track and make them fly everywhere.
Cool.
And to me, that was one of the only NASCAR games where you could actually drive backwards and it would not stop you from doing that.
Oh,
Huh.
It'll just tell you you're going the
That's
wrong way.
fun in
You
itself.
can just drive backwards and just
I did
just
not know
Wreck
that.
into all their other cars.
yeah.
if I remember the cover correctly, it was like Jeff Gordon like in first place on that
Rainbow
cover.
Warrior.
Yeah. But to me that was a most memorable like NASCAR game I've ever played.
Yeah.
It was EA Sports when it was good, man. They just didn't care. They just let you have fun with it, and they didn't take themselves too seriously.
Now, not like now.
Not like they do now. Like they gotta have everything supposedly perfect, but yet it's so buggy.
Very.
So, saying spirits that, guys, really quick, speaking of ESO, any Evo cab predictions for tomorrow? Are you guys following Evo or keeping your eyes on it?
Look, Biggie D thinks it's gonna be like Third Strike or Alpha. I mean, look, Travis MCP's already said it, and I kind of believe it too. This is a rehash year. This is just going to be re-releases.
Yeah, I don't think we're.
It's going to be a Capcom Legacy Deluxe. It's just may have the same game list, or they may change it up a little bit.
Street Fighter
But-
2 World will probably be released.
Are we
Yeah.
even is there a for sure release going to be happening tomorrow?
That they are going to be on the floor with Capcom. That is confirmed.
And didn't Steps or Travis release a picture of them building a cab of some kind? I saw
think
that
so.
on the feed before the show that there was.
Oh yeah. Is that what that was? I did see that real quick.
It's,
Yeah.
it's basically
that
the
was.
backside of a cab.
Yeah.
You know, they're speculating all that. So
Now,
I
I mean,
guess
Travis,
we'll have to look.
Travis did say it's something big. but it's
It's another Legacy or Capcom
It's
Legacy.
either gonna be a-
It's going to be
it's going to be a Capcom Deluxe.
Yep.
It's going to be a Capcom Deluxe, or it's going to be maybe a Street Fighter Pro.
I agree with that. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's
'Cause they haven't given us one of those yet this year.
I don't want anybody to get your hopes up.
Keep
thinking it's
asking
gonna be
where
Third
it's
Strike
gonna
or
be.
Alpha.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
or SNK versus Capcom. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. It's going to be.
It's going to be
it's-
something safe. I think
It's going to be
for sure.
something played safe, just a
Right.
rehash.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
All right,
we'll
guys.
find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I guess we will.
It's
You
got to
guys,
be exciting. It's got to be more exciting than Wheel of Fortune Casino Cade, though, right? Come on, guys.
I think it would. I think they could release anything that would be
Yep.
better than
Yep.
Casino Cade for sure. Even
Yeah.
even a rehashed Couch Cade. Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
the Kith cap look exciting. You know,
Look.
Casino Cade makes the Kith look exciting.
Even
There
if
you
it's more rehashes, it's still exciting because it's something new. It's something. It's
Yeah,
more stuff.
something
More
different.
stuff this year. Something to talk about.
Yeah, no doubt. As we get into the second half of the year, for sure.
Yeah, and if you don't have a Street Fighter cabinet, this might be the one to get. We'll find out tomorrow.
No, it better not be.
Oh
No
Lord.
Jeopardy XL Pro Casino Cade.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I said that last night about Jeopardy, right?
You did.
You did.
They're gonna release it at Evo. Yep. That's how
That's
it's
it.
gonna go, right?
I did say next year they're going to reskin the Wheel of Fortune Casino Cade as a Jeopardy.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, family
guys.
Feud Pro, huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I'll take a Family Feud Pro.
A Family Feud Pro. Yeah.
Or what's that game show with the no whammies, no whammies, no whammies?
Oh Lord.
I forget the
I
name
thought
of that one.
Pyramid Game or something, is it?
No. It's the one that
Isn't that Wayne Brady is on now? Doesn't
I mean he was on it, but
Who is?
I don't think it's Let's Make
I
a
don't
Deal.
remember now.
No.
No.
No,
One
it's
of
the
those
game that had
morning
like
game
it's
shows,
the game
though.
that had like the little ugly little creatures or whatever. If you stopped on
Yeah,
it or
press your
whatever.
luck.
Yeah, I think it's Press Your Luck. Yeah, that's it.
Just press your luck.
Real talk. Press Your Luck Casino Cade. I'll be down. I think I'd be down with that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Might have to do that. All right, guys. We've talked for an hour. Everybody's still hearing us talk, so let's wrap this one up, right?
Hey,
Guys, always a pleasure to host. Mike, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
Talking
thanks for
about
letting me
sport.
come on tonight, guys. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was fun.
definitely.
Sorry,
Definitely.
sorry,
What?
saying spirits. I tried to keep it going, man. I tried to filibuster and make it a 24-hour stream. It's not happening tonight. These guys
Nah.
are cutting me off.
I think at this point, Sand Spirits is like kind of wishing that we would have stopped a while ago. Like, maybe I don't want this 24 hours.
Sports. I didn't know.
He's still saying boo. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm,
Well, guys,
I'm getting
always a
better.
pleasure. We
Yeah, guys.
appreciate you. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and we will see y'all next week. Always continue to play, guys. Have a great night.
All right. Thanks,
Guys.
guys.
Thank you, guys.